off, you guys have the longest trip of the year. Are you kind of glad to get it out of the way early in the season?
Yeah, you want to get this one done as quick as possible here. Obviously, it is what it is, but it takes its toll.
And it's Quinnipiac, as far as they're concerned. Obviously, is that one maybe one of the better teams you'll play all year? You think? Just the way
well, obviously, record-wise, I mean, you watch them on tape, and they're scoring at will. Their power play is at a high level there. It's just it's a good team. They transition really well at home too. They get pucks up ice and that. So I'm anxious to see them play. I mean, I saw them on tape right now. They look really good. They look like they have great depth. Puck movement's really crisp. So it's obviously to date so far. Obviously, when I've seen on tape, they look like one of the top teams we've seen.
And with Princeton, how much different do they look from a year ago? I know it's around second year there. Have you seen anything noticeable?
You're talking to different coaches. I spend a lot of time focused on the Friday night opponents, so I haven't really looked at Princeton yet. I know Josh has looked at Princeton, and I talked to other coaches that played them already, and they said they're much improved from last year. So tough place to play. The toughest part about it is the 3 hours between games, right? Oh, yeah. That's what extends the trip.
I was going to ask about a couple of guys too. First of all, with Marley Quince, is what you like about his game so far that you've seen in the first month or so that he's been with you?
Yeah, it's just I think there's been a learning process for Marley here. Obviously, just with the game, but obviously he's a really competitive kid. I think he's underrated in his ability to make plays down around the net. I thought he had a couple of real good chances for the other night that didn't go in. I think he's someone that's we think his stick is going to afford him an opportunity to produce at our level. I think it's like anything else. He's trying to just get it sorted out right now with the speed of it when it's going on in his defensive zone and things like that. That he's just getting better and better game by game. But certainly throwing him to the wolves and looking for him to respond and get better every week here and every month. I think you'll see progress from him. But excited about his compete level. Excited about his hockey sense. Excited about the little things he does as a player.
And with Gervais too, I was going to ask you about just the way he does all the little things. He doesn't just score. He also wins a lot of face-offs, plays defense. What do you like about his total?
Yeah, Gervais is in our opinion is a really complete player. He's when you talk about a 200-foot hockey player, that's Brett Gervais. Sometimes we like him to let loose of his defensive responsibility sometimes because we think he's got a good shot. He's got some offensive creativity, but he'll defer a lot to the defensive side of things, and we're trying to coax a little bit of that out of him. He's so responsible sometimes where he could take a few more risks to add to our offensive game because he thinks team first, he thinks defense first. He's one of those kids there that has done that all his life, and we like him just to think a little bit more offense here because he has the tools to be real effective. But coach's dream, just because he is good on draws, really responsible, plays 200 feet, so easy to coach, that's for sure.
Can I ask a little about your sophomore year so far? Just wondering how's it different from a year ago at this stage?
I've already produced more offensively so far. I think I almost have as many points as I did last year. So I'm off to a better start, and it all has to do with a little bit more confidence with the puck this year. And I think I had great chemistry playing with Bush and Pirog as well. So.
I know you play a pretty complete game too. Like you're one of the better plus minuses on the team, and you're good on face-offs. How important is it for you just to do all those other things well too, and not just be a scorer?
That comes down to little things, and has to do with the unit you're out there on the ice with, and as long as everybody's playing good defensively and offensively, and doing little things right with their sticks and staying above guys, then that's how that happens.
I mean, do you play a similar style here that you were playing before you got here? Have you changed much as a player?
I think I've always played the same style of game, and it just has progressed every year so far. I think it just comes with confidence. Your game gets elevated.
And with face-offs, I was going to say, what do you like about doing just face-offs in general? Are they fun for you, or is it?
Yeah, it's something I've always kind of been good at, or so I take pride in it, and you obviously still always got to get better in it.
I was wondering, have you had to change the style of the way you play at all? Are you kind of playing the same type of game you played a year ago at Cornwall? Or?
Yeah, I feel like I'm the same role. I'm more of a power forward, just there for my physicality, and I feel like you can put the puck in the net every once in a while. So just pretty much hard work. I feel like that's my role on the team.
And I saw early in the season you were kind of competing with Tansy for the most part. Just kind of pulled ahead a little bit, but does that mean you kind of take part in more stuff like that?
Yeah, for sure. I find it's kind of thrilling to block shots. It's fun. I mean, it's sore. You get sore after the game, but it's a lot of fun just to get in front of them. But I don't know. I didn't really realize there was a competition there, but I'll try to take the lead again.
I was curious too, just about the school in general. Obviously, you were playing close by here last week. Did you come to many games since you were so close by?
Yeah, I came to quite a few actually. It's only 40 minutes from Cornwall, so I was here probably 4 or 5 games last year, and I really like the atmosphere and the crowd, so that was a big decision maker in coming here.
And so many of your former teammates went up to Colgate. I was wondering how'd you wind up there yourself?
Yeah, there's quite a few of them that went off there, and I was talking to them for a little bit, but I picked Clarkson.
Obviously, the first question I was going to ask you about is just not being able to play this year. How have you kind of handled that? It seems like it takes some dedication to kind of come here every day and practice, knowing you're going to get in the game yet.
Yeah, well, the team's been really good at helping me out with that. Coaches are very vocal with me as well. Mm-hmm. It's a building year for me. Be ready to come in next year, hopefully get some games in, and yeah, it's like I said, it's a building year, so it's not too bad.
Do you approach practice differently this year, maybe than you have in the past, though, because it's kind of all you have right now?
Yeah, I think I do. I mean, it's probably not a good thing to say, but it's definitely like my game situations out there, so definitely bring a little more intensity to every drill, every shot, try and stop everything. So.
How will this help you, though, like when you start to play next year, just having this experience, because you've got a lot of chance to see things you maybe wouldn't see normally if you were on the bench or on the ice right now? I mean, do you feel like this will benefit you in some ways?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the first couple weeks were a bit of a learning curve, getting used to the shots, the traffic in front of the bigger bodies, stuff like that. So it's a bit of a jump from junior. So I feel like this year, all the practice that I get in, it'll just help me even more when it comes to game time.
I guess the last thing I asked about was just the school in general when you were looking at colleges. What did you like about Clarkson? Like, why did you decide to come here?
Well, I kind of like the small school atmosphere. I like how hockey's kind of the thing here. Also, I noticed there are a bunch of guys from my hometown on the roster as well as the business program. And on top of everything else, Casey was just he's really good recruiting me. He was very vocal throughout the summer with me, and I felt it would be a really good fit coming in here.